Mayor Bobby Hernandez to lead us in our prayer. Right from our prayer, we'll right to the pledge.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day you've given us. Thank you for this each elected official is here to represent the city of Northport, Alabama, and the decisions that they make tonight. Just bless us as we conduct the business of the city. Just protect our police, our fire, our first responders. Just always keep them safe and out of harm's way. Be with our military. Be with the ones that are overseas protecting our country. Lord, just thank you for loving us. Just all these things we ask. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Swan, call the roll, please.
President Logan.
Here.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Here.
Councilman Sullivan.
Here.
Councilman Sims.
Here.
Councilman Hall.
Here.
Thank you. Item 5 is the approval of the agenda. In our pre-meeting, we had some additions, item 8B6 and 8C10. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of item 8B6 and 8C10. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Harper.
Yes.
Councilman Sims.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Thank you. Have some visitors to address the council, North Star Emergency Medical Services.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. My name is Brent Dierking. I'm one of the directors with North Star EMS, and we're really pleased to be here this evening to present something that's very special to the Northport Fire and Rescue Services. I tell a story, and I'm trying to keep this short. Years ago, about 34 years ago, I got involved in EMS, being trained in Mobile, Alabama. And during that time, people always ask, well, where do you want to go work? And during that time, 34 years ago, there were two areas that were really hot spots for working in emergency medical services. One was DeKalb, Georgia, and the other was Tuscaloosa County, including Northport, Alabama. And the whole EMS system in this region, back about 34 years ago, had such name recognition in emergency medical services, and during the time between then and now, it's been perpetuated just exponentially. We're very proud of our partnership with Northport Fire and Rescue, and we have with us tonight, with the American Heart Association, Ms. Debbie Cleckley, who will tell us a little bit about this award.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm very proud of what Northport Fire Department has contributed to in terms of taking care of patients that have a heart attack. American Heart Association started about 3 years ago to concentrate on the role of EMS in the whole system of care. And those of you who know something about it or might have had one yourself, you understand the importance of making that diagnosis in the field, if at all possible, carrying the patient to the right hospital, and the sooner you get them there, the better their outcome is always going to be. So American Heart Association, almost always. American Heart Association started 3 years ago recognizing EMS agencies based on specific measures for their good work. The first year, I don't know, yeah, I guess you guys were involved all the way from the beginning. We had 2 agencies that got recognition, and last year we had 3. This year we have 6. And those agencies also have teams very frequently with them because it's not unusual to have a team because North Star has people that work with them with the fire and rescue, and that's who we're here to recognize today because they do an excellent job in identifying that heart attack out in the field, performing. They're well-trained, they're well-equipped. You're to be praised for that and keep up the good work. They are at gold level. That is the highest level that we give at AHA, and we're very proud of that. So Charles, on to you.
Great job.
Yeah,
Certainly couldn't do it without the assistance of everybody that works for you guys. We all work together as a team to provide the best care and make sure that we're getting those patients to the hospital in the shortest amount of time so that they're getting that care that they have. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Great job, Jack. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank North Star especially. Hey, Chief Marshall, and I see Chief Burton. Chief, can I get you to come up too? And I know this is off of our agenda. I asked the young man to come just because I know he's summertime, kids his age are always out and about. And Mayor Herndon, I'm going to ask him to come down as well. And I see Ruby Burton in the back. Now, I wish I could get her to come up. If you want to come up, you can come on up too, because this is kind of very important. Justin Little. Justin, come on up. Come on up. And I'll let either one of the chiefs kind of explain why we're here to kind of impromptu.
Yeah, I'll
Thank you.
start. Back in, it was March the 17th of this year. This is my first time meeting Justin. This is a real hero that, and I'll tell you a little bit about him. On March 16th or 17th, at about 4:30 p.m., we responded along with Northport PD to Knoll Circle Apartments, where we had a two-story apartment building that was fully involved in about 25% venting out of the bedroom. At the time, when we got there, there was nobody in the building. They'd already been rescued, and the rescuer was Justin Little, who kicked in the building. It was 5 children, all under the age of 9. She could correct me on that, but they were all under the age of 9 up in the upstairs building. We believed it just started with a cigarette lighter in that bedroom, but so we'll handle the fire education or the public education side of that. But we do want to recognize Justin Little. He did kick in the door that allowed those children to get out, which is, we couldn't ask for any better than that. I'll let Chief Burton, I think he actually
We honored Justin with the Chiefs Award, and I think that's the first time in 18 years that we've ever given that award out. But speaking with him, I can tell you that he's an humble kid, but and I don't think he really understands exactly what he's done. You know, and he and I talked today. We're trying to get him back in school. We talked today, and he still has not fully understood that he saved lives and generations to come with their kids. You know, so he's just a normal kid. He's well deserved.
I'm just grateful. Thank you all.
Will?
If I had known he was going to be here, we would have done a written proclamation, so I'm just going to make up something on the fly here. As with the power invested in me as the mayor of the great city of Northport, Alabama, I, Bobby Herndon, do hereby proclaim today, June 20th, 2016, to be Justin Little's Day in the city of Northport, and to express our appreciation for his unselfish act, for his act of heroism, for saving lives and fighting fires. You know, it's just, just words can't express it. I mean, you can't say, what if it was my kid in there or somebody else's kid in there? So for the parents of these children, I know they can never say thank you enough, but this little gesture from the city of Northport, I hope it says something to you, and we appreciate you, man.
I want to give
football player too. Item 8A1, ladies and gentlemen, under new business, is a first reading of an ordinance authorizing the conditional use approval for Lot 4 Union Station for office warehouse use at 895 Union Chapel Road. Mr. Stevens, again, in our pre-meeting, we basically wanting to make sure that we're not the dime holding up a dollar on this one, so we're going to consider to suspend the rules to facilitate the engineer, the Gifford Associates, to go forward with their submittals for plan review, and also just get the project started, because there's some investments that really affect the city positively in terms of jobs and some ancillary services. So I guess, Ron, we need to suspend the rules so we can address this first reading and move forward. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it must be unanimous.
All right. I'll make a motion to suspend the rules in order to consider for immediate action a conditional use approval for Lot 4 Union Station for office warehouse use located at 895 Union Chapel Road. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, under suspended rules, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a motion to approve the conditional use approval for Lot 4 Union Station for office warehouse use located at 895 Union Chapel Road?
Move to approve, Mr. President.
Thank you. That's a motion by Councilman Sullivan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
President Logan,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. 8B2 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator's office to enter into an agreement with Motorola Solutions for a 10-year system upgrade agreement. That's SUA2. This is out of Mr. Ram's office. Again, we had Mr. Yogi out of our pre-meeting, gave us some good information. This price is locked in for 10 years, and again, this is a budgeted item. Is that correct, Michael?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'll make that in form of a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the city administrator's office to execute necessary contracts with Motorola Solutions for system upgrade agreement 2, SUA2. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sullivan. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
motion carries.
Item 3 is a resolution awarding the bid for water treatment building improvements. Again, this is basically a renovation that's long overdue. The portion that we're talking about renovating is over 25 years old. Again, this is issues with the attic space, ductwork, and typical renovations. Again, this is the lowest bidder or the lowest responsible bidder for the water treatment building improvements will go to Bill Lunsford Construction in the amount of $227,800.00. And this is to authorize our administrator's office to execute the necessary documents and requisitions to proceed with the project. Again, Bill Lunsford Construction is a Northport business, and I'll make a motion to approve that resolution awarding the bid file of Bill Lunsford Construction in the amount of $227,800.00. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Hayes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Abstain.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
motion carries, Mr. President.
Item 4 is a resolution in support of MLK Improvement Project. Mr. Swan, again, this is something in our pre-meeting, just something to get on the books to have a resolution in support of the project to move forward. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Thank you. I move to approve that resolution. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sims. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
No.
motion carries, Mr. President.
Item 5 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with Krebs Engineering for the water treatment plant finished water pumping station modifications. Mr. Ingram, again, this is going to be bidded in late summer, early fall, when demand is low. Again, this is basically some modifications to our finished water pumping station. PRVs and things of that nature. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution authorizing the city administrator's office to execute the necessary requisitions pertaining to PE services for the water pumping station modification project. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Item 6 is a resolution appointing an election manager, absentee election manager, and an election committee. Mr. Swan, again, in our previous, if you want to give just the name, so, and Ron, just for clarification, do we need to cite the names of the individuals, or are we all in one as a vote?
Yes, sir. It's just contained in the resolution. Julie Brown would be the election manager. Whitney Dubose would be the absentee election manager. Committee would be Julie Brown, chair. Whitney Dubose, Kim Broughton, Flora Gay, Jordan Brown, and the city attorney will be an ex officio member of the committee.
Thank you. I'll make that motion to approve that resolution, appointing election manager, absentee election manager, and the election committee to assist in the upcoming municipal elections. Julie Brown, chair. Whitney Dubose, Kim Broughton, Flora Gay, Jordan Brown, and city attorney as ex officio. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sims. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sims.
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C is our consent agenda. We have 14 items. They range from minutes of the previous meeting, bill listings, travel and training for various employees, and PO requisitions out of our water and sewer department again. I'll make that motion to approve that consent agenda as printed. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Sims. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Sims,
Yes.
Councilman Harper,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Thank you. Item 9 is reports of special committees and council. We have none to report, but I will give the report to our body out in the audience. We did have a work session last Thursday night, and I think it was kind of agreed upon that council will start reactivating these committees, and just unofficially, we had a few of them. Charles, you want to go by real quick to kind of, your memory serves you?
Yes, sir. There'll be the committees of council will consist of a finance committee, an administrative committee, public safety committee, and a project committee. The project committee will consist of the engineering, public works, utilities, and planning departments. Public safety, of course, will be fire and police. Finance will be finance. Admin will be administration, IT, and HR, human resources.
Thank you. I guess at this point, Charles, it would be just a matter of council just reactivating those. But Ron, if we needed to do something in a resolution, is that possible? This basically, it's just a committee that I think we may have to do something via resolution. I think.
Yes, sir. I would suggest that and list the members of the different committees.
I know we talked about it in our pre-meeting. I hate to just belabor the point, in our work session. If council wanted to make a resolution or motion to do so, now's the time, I guess, we can go ahead and activate our committee.
Did we ever decide to cancel the other ones? Those committees are still in place, so you need to re-vote on it.
Yeah, I think they just kind of died on the vine there. I think that was the case. So if Ron, if those committees were never pretty much killed, so to speak, by resolution or ordinance, so to speak. So I don't know if you actually would have to, but if we're changing format, I guess you may be. So I'm going to lean on your advice from a leader standpoint.
Yes, sir. I think that I'm not sure of exact committees that were activated before. And I don't know that the council needs to take any action tonight. You can, if you wish to do so, to activate those 4 specific committees. And I guess my point is that at some point you need to decide which council members are going to be on which committees, and at that time, you can do that by written resolution.
All right, thank you.
Mr. President, I might also add, by way of explanation, all committees, will have on that the department head, or heads, department heads, the mayor, the city administrator, and up to 2 council members.
Thank you.
No action will be taken by the committees that have to make report to the, council.
Thank you.
And the meetings will be, the committees will be open to the public and either have a set schedule or there'll be a manner to keep, the committees will be open to the public and we'll have a way to let the public know when these various committees meet.
All right. Thank you, Ron. Item 10 is public hearings. We have none to report, and we have none on the agenda. Item 11, city administrator's business. Mr. Swan, I think we talked in our pre-meeting regarding rescheduling of a council meeting, first council meeting in July.
Yeah, so your first council meeting is Monday, July 4th, for such a city and a national holiday. We would recommend that you move that meeting date to July the 11th. I believe that was a consensus of the council.
Thank you. Does council have another time in mind? I think it was a consensus that July the 11th was more convenient to have a quorum, so the pleasure is council and mayor. I will make a motion to move the first council meeting in July to July the 11th, 2016, pre-meeting at 5 p.m. and general meeting at 6. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan,
Yes.
Councilman Harper. Yes. Councilman Sam.
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Thank you. Item 12, departmental business. We had one item that's coming from Mr. Davis's office out of legal for an executive session request lasting no more than 15 minutes. Mr. Davis?
Yes, Mr. President, this would be to discuss the Levy property acquisition. We would anticipate that council might likely take action when we return from executive session.
Thank you.
We got a time limit on that.
But I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't be very long. Famous last word.
What I will also do, ladies and gentlemen, is the pleasure of mayor and council, if we can get our 2 public comments out of the way in the interest of time. So if we can jump ahead, as long as that's okay with mayor and council. So I want to jump ahead to public comment, and we'll go right back to your agenda business. So item 13 is public comment. We have 2 citizens signed up to speak. First one is Mr. Stephen Schwab. Mr. Schwab, good to see you. You state your name and address for the record.
Stephen Schwab, 2520 Fifth Street, Northport. I'm speaking tonight at the request of my next-door neighbor who is rehabbing the house next to me, and she knows that I'm interested in the traffic situation on Fifth Street. And she told me that she would like for me to mention this to the council, that on Saturday she was pulling out of the convenience mart at the corner of 5th and 30th Avenue. And she looked in all directions before she pulled out, and then out of nowhere she said there was a police vehicle that appeared right behind her and basically tailgated her all the way home, and no flashing lights, no sirens. She felt intimidated and frightened and angry. And I think it's worthy of mention because my own view is that if law enforcement officers are not responding to a call or involved in a chase, if they are just proceeding down the highways and byways, they are under the same laws as all of us. But more importantly, they are authority figures and they are supposed to uphold these laws and to show respect for them. And apparently that was not the case. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schwab. Second citizen, Mr. Robert Thomas. Robert, please state your name and address for the record.
Robert Thomas, 13609 Old Ivy Drive, here in the city of Northport. I rise to just to make a mention for clarification, consent agenda. Well, really, it's the agenda on the new business dealing with ML King Jr. Boulevard. I figure resolution of a temporary nature just supporting this proposition of moving ahead with the improvements of the bottom of the ML King. For clarification, is there something forthcoming from the council as it relates to the actual bidding of the works that needs to be done, as it relates to right-of-way, as it relates to a start date, a finish date, as it relates to this particular project?
Yes, great question. That resolution in support is actually to have ALDOT activate the project and work with BKI, the design consultant, to go over the design, have one more public meeting, and activate the project as such with timeline schedule to be determined by ALDOT based on times of construction and design.
Okay, I guess, and that my next appearance then as it relates to address the council will probably be when that information comes forth, and we can be sure that we do have a date, and maybe that this particular project, since it has been on the books for some over 15 years, that it can be perhaps fast-tracked, expedited, since the money has been there from the federal government for 15 years, and we have been waiting for this to take place for that long, that maybe it could be fast-tracked.
Yeah, we'll probably work with the design engineer, of course, and ALDOT to see if we can expedite and fast-track some of the aspects of the project from right-of-way to design to construction. So that will be at the discretion of ALDOT, of course, but we'll certainly try to do all we can to expedite it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, Ron, back to your business. Item 12 is a executive session request. If council and mayor wishes to do so, I'll make a motion to go into executive session to last no more than 15 minutes to discuss property acquisition relatable to the levee repair project. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. President.
All right, that's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Harper. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Swan.
President Logan.
Yes.
Councilman Harper.
Yes.
Councilman Sims. Yes. Councilwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Councilman Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries, Mr. President.
Thank you. We're in executive session until 15 minutes from now, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go home.